Fishing for most is a hobby, a way of life, or even just something you casually do on the weekends to escape your wife. But in my circumstance, it's my entire world. My name is Kai the Fish Guy. I'm a marine biologist, entrepreneur, and absolutely unhinged angler. And today we are going to be going inshore for none other than the Inshore Slam. To do this, I'll be meeting up with my buddy Jake here, and we're going to be fishing out of Pine Island to go and get after these fish. Now, most of you are probably asking yourselves, what is an Inshore Slam? An Inshore Slam consists of catching 3 of the most sought-after species of fish you can find in the backwaters down here in Florida. This begins with a Speckled Sea Trout, followed shortly after by the Snook, and last but not least, the redfish, also known as a red drum. If you manage to catch all of these in one day, then it's considered a pretty general good day out in the water, especially for the typical fisherman. But if you're seeking a little bit more thrill, you get the Grand Slam, which also includes a tarpon. Each of these species requires a different method to actually go out and target, and today we're going to be starting off by going for the Speckled Sea Trout. So in order to do this, we actually use artificial lures for the most part, and that begins none other than trolling. You can find them casting, but the best thing to do is go out and take this nice lure as you see here. It's a DOA paddle tail with a nice white jig head, and all we're going to do is be casting these over the side of the boat, going along, trolling until we hook into a few, and then once you find that spot, you stop, take a few casts, and more often than not, they're schooled up. So you find them on these seagrass beds, continue to cast, and you'll catch a whole bunch of them pretty quick. Yeah, it's grass beds everywhere all along, super shallow. You got like 2 or 3 feet. We were able to get a few bites trolling, but it wasn't really super successful with all the weeds and the shallowness of the water. So we stopped once we found a bite or two, and sure enough, as I said, the trout just kept on coming in. We were catching them left and right. All decent sizers. It needs to be about 15 inches down here to legally keep and actually fillet and get some nice meat off of one. But we were mostly out here for fun. Kept a few, but all in all, we let these nice pretty fish back into the water and just got to have a blast reeling one in after the other.
He's 15 and a half.
Let's get this in the shot. Ready? Put him back on top. Right? He's 16. At this point, we had successfully crossed off our first species on the list, getting a nice double here, and it was now time to move on to get after the second species, the Snook. Now, this is fished a whole completely different way. In order for us to do this, it means we had to go get bait. Bait's everywhere. It's all right there. The pelicans are diving at it.
I'm gonna have to pull us over the bait.
All right there. You want me to get us over there?
Yeah.
Although artificial does work, live bait works much better, which is exactly why we're making this nice old slimy chum mix here. The game plan is to try and get some of the bait fish in the area, so like little pinfish or pilchers. And so you mix this up, add some water in, stir it all around till it's clumpy, and throw a whole bunch around one spot you kind of anchor up at. As you can see by the top of the water here, it didn't take very long to attract a whole bunch of stuff. As I've learned over the course of this year in Florida, basically anytime you're fishing saltwater, if you're trying to get live bait, a cast net and being able to throw one is absolutely essential. Fortunately, this is a skill Jake is very, very good at. Oh yeah, you're gonna have a lot.
Yeah, I already see him.
You actually didn't get a ton. You got a few pins in there, maybe one pilcher. Slowly but surely, we were picking away at the bait, getting a whole bunch of little baby pinfish and some pilchers here, some on the bigger side. But after several more casts, we finally were able to load up on all the bait we needed for the day, along with plenty of extra just in case we needed to throw some more chum mix for the next few fish. Which means now, time to get into the next species on the list, the Snook. These fish usually hang out by the docks or in the mangroves, so naturally we found some places with a lot of tree coverage. Awesome. You can catch most of the species just using live bait like this in the backwater here, but Snook are the most common, at least for us. That being said, an occasional huge tarpon will end up sneaking one of your baits if you're on the right tide. We got that species pretty quick, so not wanting to waste any time, we packed up, decided to do a little bit of trolling on our way to the next spot, and then decided to set up camp for the redfish. And these ones are more of a sit and wait kind of species if you want to hook into the bigger ones. Alright, so trolling, little sea trout. Yeah, I'll take it. Little guy.
Need his grandma.
Oyster beds and in the mangroves are usually the best spots to find them, but Jake had one more dock he wanted to try on the way over, so we gave it a quick little pop through. That's a big catfish. Dude, look at the belly on that thing. That's crazy. That's the last thing I was expecting you to pull up right now. Unfortunately, the dock was not providing the species we wanted, which meant it was time to move into the mangroves and try to find those oyster beds where you might find some bigger reds hanging out. Down live pilchers, and first thing he gets is the cat. You can hold him up for a sec, might as well.
I'm gonna get stabbed.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it. Main reason you don't want to get poked by these guys is because they have venom sacs. Yes, the dorsal fin and both pectoral fins can give you a nasty little poke, and if you do, it'll cause quite the burn. Nothing that's going to be like extremely harmful to your overall health, but it's just something you don't want to go through. Trust me on that one.
That's a nice red Kai. He's in the weeds right now. Pick him up. That's a nice red Kai. That's a nice red Kai. Hell yeah, baby. Just focus on the fish. Oh, dude, look back there. You see that? Loosen your drag a little bit. He's out enough. I don't want to lose him. That's a beautiful fish, Kai. That's a beautiful red. He's dogging you, son. That's a beautiful red, babe. Beautiful fish. You want me to land him for you? You can get him near me. I got you.
Slot size red in the boat, baby! And this is for the full episode. Awesome, baby.
Stick him out a little bit. Pull him out more.
Hell yeah. Oh, it's a nice red.
It's a nice red, babe.
It's a nice red over there.
As soon as I can hit the water, you can
Kill your music if you can.
Don't I get copyrighted?
Yeah, no, we'll have to cut too much out.
Nice.
Got a nice red coming in right now. Yeah.
Woohoo! He choked it. It's in the water.
Look at that. Awesome.
Holy shit. I was going to say, he didn't fight very hard.
He wasn't done.
He just flipped out.
Right to the boat. Get that last minute scramble.
He's flipping out right now.
So today we were trying to get the Inshore Slam, and that's our second redfish of the day. That's a nice one right there.
If I can get him. Jesus, dude.
Fish out of water.
Oh my god.
There we go. Oh, look at that. That's a beauty.
Only took us about 5 catfish.
Yeah, to get 5 catfish first.
Perfect hook set with a circle hook right in the corner of the mouth.
Look at that.
Can't even get him out.
Yeah, there it is. Awesome.
You get a picture too?
I can just take one from it, but here, I'll release. What are we at?
He is the same size, or a little smaller than yours. He's 23.
23?
Yeah.
Good fish. Keeping it or throwing it back?
I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted right now with what I want to do. I'll probably toss him.
Yeah, it's a nice little
slot red right there, baby.
Nice slot red. Off she goes.
Soaked.
So today we were trying to get that Inshore Slam. So we got ourselves a nice few sea trout. We got the red. We got one little snook earlier on. Cooler's full. And that's a pretty good way to get near wrapping up the day. We'll see if we can get one more.
Hell yeah. So today we were out here going for an Inshore Slam. For those of you that don't know, a Inshore Slam consists of a snook, redfish, and a sea trout. So far today we were able to get a few different keepers of each. So far we got one keeper red, thanks to my boy Kai behind the camera. Got 2 of these trout, already kind of frozen.
Yeah, sir.
But yeah, so far today's been pretty successful. We just released our second redfish of about 23 inches. Hopefully Gonna get some more here soon, coming up on the ass end of high tide, so hopefully we'll get some more before it flips.
Yep. And so far we've been going around switching baits up. We've been using some artificials, so just some easy DOA paddle tails, throwing those along the shorelines of the mangroves. But right now, we are actually using some cut up ladyfish on a knocker rig, just like this. So ain't nothing that special. Just got ourselves a J hook, a light little weight, not even, it's like ½ ounce, and just casting up in near those mangroves and waiting for him to come out. Well, let's see what we got coming up. Another one on.
Catfish.
Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that stud.
I don't know about stud.
Good old catfish. Oh, he's a squeaker too.
Drunk.
Yeah. Whack, whack, whack. The bird is following him in. Letting them both sit, it's getting some little tap action, but for the most part, we have all these weeds in here today, so everything is drifting over to the left, and it's all getting stuck up on the lines. So we're getting near the second part of the incoming tide, near the end of it now. The day was nearing end. We decided to pack it up and go back and try one last spot on some dock pilings to see if we could hook into any big fish hanging out on the last remaining pinfish we had alive. I got him. Yeah. Holy way. Oh my God, the way it's screaming, it's all the way up there. What is it? The downside about the dock pilings is the big fish like the snook that we have pop off here is really good at getting wrapped around the pilings. It's gotta be a snook, right? Just goes to show, even from a small spot like this, can hold some really, really big fish. Are you stuck? You might need to get out and...
Drop me off.
Dang. It's important to throw that last cast because you never know how close you really are to that grand slam. Yeah! Okay, well, I got him jumping off. That's a pretty good way to end the day. Whack that like button and subscribe to catch more fish.